Dining is one of the most pleasurable activities in our day. In the past, institutional cooking involved the preparation and delivery of food on trays. But today, the elimination of tray service is part of the culture change movement. Serving the food from the dining room allows us to see the food, enjoy the smells and aromas permeating the atmosphere, the excitement, the fun, the showmanship, and adding all of those personal touches that you know everybody will enjoy. Dining affords the opportunity for conversation, for socialization, and it brightens everyone's day. Food preparation for the puree diet is equally as important. Let's see what our chefs are saying.
We tried to work a lot on the flavor of it, but also with piping in different shapes, it's creative and it looks nice. It looks a lot nicer on the plate, and I think the consumption has been better, and I think they're enthusiastic about eating it.
Another chef or cook said, "Who's got the time? We just don't have the time to do this." What do you say to that?
Well, don't serve something that you couldn't eat. You know, Doug and I, we've tasted our own purees. We know what they taste like, and we know we like our food to taste just like a regular menu.
The three main techniques for pureeing food is through piping, molding, and cooking methods. The foods on the menu for the day have been seasoned and cooked fully. Once they come out of the ovens, they are placed in either a food processor or blender. This is then blended until it reaches proper consistency. Once the proper consistency is reached, we then place the pureed mixture into a pastry bag. But with the pressure from our hands, we can create beautiful designs, rosettes, swirls, and different piping techniques such as spaghetti, which you're seeing right now. With the leaf tip, we have created different designs. Once again, holding our bag on a certain angle, applying pressure will give us different shapes and forms. The most important thing when we are doing design in puree formation is that we have positional depth, height, color contrast. Using pastry bags and tips are new skills for many cooks and chefs, and it's something that needs to be practiced over and over again until perfection is reached. Working with different colors, different forms, different shapes adds dimensional depth, height, and color contrast. As we are changing our dining room procedures, sometimes we are still piping out our foods right on the line, so our regular diets and our puree diets are getting foods that look very similar. We've got a chicken breast that's stuffed with asparagus and sweet potatoes, and people on the puree diet are receiving exactly the same foods. In some of our other facilities, we are actually plating right on the line. We are not only entertaining our staff and our residents, but we are having a great time practicing our pureeing techniques as well. Not only can we use the piping technique, but we also can be using molds. Molds come in many different forms: lasagna, asparagus, corn, carrots, green beans, peas. There is a multitude of molds on the market that can be used. The most important thing, just like with piping, is the consistency that we use. Never adding too much thickener, but needing some thickener to help with a cohesive mixture. This can be placed in our molds by scooping, by piping, as well as by placing it. And the mixtures need to be smoothed and then wrapped completely. This needs to be dated, and then all of the mixtures need to be frozen. Once the food is completely frozen, we pop them out. They can be individually wrapped, or we place them on a plate ready to go into the oven. As you can see, our chicken, our peas are ready to go into the oven. We will wrap them with saran wrap, and they go into a low-heated oven until they reach proper temperature. The saran wrap comes off, and we are ready to add the final touches to make meal service beautiful. Our last technique we would like to share with you has to do with the way foods are cooked. And these are mixtures that are cooked in a water bath that give us that same cohesive texture. Soft, delicious, tasty, but ones that hold their shape. Regardless of how we prepare our pureed foods, whether we're piping, molding, or using a water bath technique, our foods look beautiful, they taste delicious, they have eye appeal, and they make dining so pleasurable. Training and education is part of our program as well. We need to be teaching our staff and our families about what we are changing and what we are doing to improve the quality of life for people who have dementia. And what would dining be without desserts? Our desserts are coming off of our trays and now being arranged on a dessert cart, a simple utility cart with a beautiful cloth, some flowers, and a choice of desserts for everyone on regular diets as well as puree diets. Dining with a Difference needs to be supported by all staff, administrators, family members, because we are improving the quality of life for everyone. Dining with a Difference makes a difference.